Deva Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirādhasya Jnananjanam Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Deva Paramo Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Atmanandakaram Vyaptam Jena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirādhasya Jnananjanam Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Deva Paramo Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mandalakaram Vyaptam Jena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirādhasya Jnananjanam Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Deva Paramo Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dravyam Jagat Guru Tuvyameva Samarpayami. Supreme command. Therefore, this command without Jamanya sadhana hence the Lord's command also is followed by many. His obedience to his command is not shown themselves out of the life of close years. One does walk down in consciousness that everyone might be able to enjoy the eternal blessedness under the wings of the Lord. It is the boundary of the way of the Lord to lead or to the path of peace. Whether this part of purpose sahasra to lead others along the path of righteousness. Sri Namaskar. Paramita Baba ki jai.
I will read the book. Samatha Baba. I have spoken on many occasions and at various places about one thing, mental balance, of the state of mental equipoise. There is a saying by Lord Shiva that to attain complete success in life, the fourth principle is samatha, that is mental equipoise, mental balance. There must not be any complex in the mind, neither superiority complex nor inferiority complex. Now, to bring about mental balance, you should behave with every created being, every human being, in such a way that neither superiority complex nor an inferiority complex develops in you, or in those with whom you interact. A complex of any sort is a psychic malady, a psychic disease. To consider oneself superior to others is a serious human mistake. Similarly, thinking oneself inferior to others is also a mistake. To suffer from an inferiority complex is also a psychic ailment. You must not encourage either a superiority complex or an inferiority complex. You must maintain excited balance. You must maintain mental balance. That balanced mind will be able to move forward towards Paramapurusha. That is why it has been said, Trinadapi Sunicena. One should be humbler than the grass. Usually, the superiority complex is found more in humans than the inferiority complex. Even those who possess the mere knowledge of an alphabet feel themselves quite superior to those who are totally illiterate. This is a very usual thing. Hence, one must remember the principle Trina Dapi Sunicena. Then, Tarorita Savis Luna. You must be as tolerant as the trees. People should remember that a certain thing may hit another thing and may hit back immediately by that second thing. But it is better to assimilate the opposing force. Suppose someone struck at you and you struck back. In this case, you did not assimilate the struck blow into yourself. Rather, you returned it. Now, if you are clever, you will tolerate a blow. And later, after assimilating it, you will strike back at the strike with greater intensity. It is as if a certain person shoots an arrow at someone. Now, if the arrow is redirected towards the first person with the same speed and force, it is bound to produce a great effect. Hence it is said, tolerate. To tolerate means to gauge your enemy's strength as applied against you. You assimilate it, not that you tolerate for the sake of toleration. Rather, you tolerate it, contain yourself, and to control your enemy. At the same time, your enemy's strength is dwindling. Hence, everyone needs to cultivate the power to tolerate whatever will be useful. That doesn't mean that you will continue to tolerate endlessly and ultimately invite death. So toleration for the sake of toleration is not an ideal habit, but toleration for assimilation and augmentation of strength is profitable. Next, Amaninama Mana Dena. You must give respect to those whom no one respects. There are millions of people in the world. 99% of them do not enjoy social prestige. There are three main factors due to which there are denied social prestige. First, society did not recognize them. Society did not want to give them recognition. Secondly, as they are economically crippled, economically destroyed, they are forced to remain in perpetual subservience. Thirdly, a want of education, a want of knowledge in them. If you want someone to be respected, you will have to provide him or her with these three things: recognition, economic self-sufficiency, and education, simultaneously. Then only you will be able to give him or her respect. Giving respect to each and every human being is part and parcel of Dharma. If you want someone to be respected, then arrange for their proper education to increase their knowledge. Also see to it that they are socially elevated and economically self-sufficient and can hold their heads up high in self-esteem. No one is high or low from caste point of view. Differentiation such as between Hindu and Muslim on the basis of the religion are also despicable. Humans belong to one species. They are all children of God. Thus, all should be accorded equal social prestige. The third factor, as mentioned, is that you should look after their economic aspect, so that all get proper food and clothing, proper education and medical treatment, so that all can hold their heads high in honor and live like dignified human beings, without depending on the mercy of others. So, if you really want to give respect to humans, especially Amanam, those with no social prestige, then you have to arrange for their education, social standing, and economic establishment. 2nd December 1979, Calcutta. And this is from Nanda Vacana, part 30. Now, Namaskar. Here, in this discourse, there is one sentence that is quite interesting. Listen. Now, to bring about mental balance, you should behave with every created being, every human being, in such a way that neither superiority complex nor inferiority complex develops in you or in those with whom you interact. And the other line that is very interesting is there is a saying by Lord Shiva that attained complete success in life. The fourth principle is samatha-bhava, that is mental equipoise, mental balance. There must not be any complex in the mind, neither superiority complex nor inferiority complex. Today I was on the path. At a certain moment, one man in bicycle tell me, "Cieco na zona." I said, what is that? So, actually, I asked him, I don't understand it. And he repeated it, "Cieco na zona." So, in Italian, naso means nose. So, nasone means a big nose. So, I couldn't really figure it out. I was trying to communicate. So, I just ran after him. And I thought, please, with the cellular, trying to translate quickly what he was telling, because I was very curious. And he laughed at me, and then he told me in English, "This is my wife."
So he was waiting for her.
So she was waiting for his wife, and her wife was just...
Yeah, he said, "Check on na zona," means waiting for his wife. Zona. Check on that zona. You're waiting for a while.
But if you go on the translation and you write a check on the zona, it means I am from Czechoslovakia. I am from Czechia.
Zona. Yes. But in Polish.
No, zona is also nation. So I really thought that you see how language make the difference, how really language is so important, and education is very important to learn languages. That I repeated so many times that languages helps very much. But why they help? Because they help to remove inferiority complex and superiority complex. Otherwise, anytime that there is misunderstanding, one person feels superior and the other feels inferior. And that is how, in a simple way, imbalances are created. By this type of miscommunication, automatically one person feels, well, I am not understood, and so he feels inferior. The other person says, but I told you, and so he feels superior. And that is one of the things that's so important in communication too. So how to solve this little problem, or this big problem? Well, I remember in the university, there was one student, we are 300 people, and this person was standing always in front of the professor. So she was going maybe 2 hours or 3 hours before the lesson to make sure to have the best seats. Just remember somebody with Baba, the same thing she was doing. Then, after the class, she was asking always one question. And it was such a stupid question that I couldn't really figure it out. Very simple question she was asking, but the answer was, I thought, oh, why she's asking this question? It's such a thing that is obvious. And then she was getting always full marks. That was also the. So I thought, but really, she is asking. Why she is asking simple questions, and then I understood. Because that is the way that you relate. You don't need to ask a complicated question to show off that you want to know more. No. It's much better to ask very simple questions. So you get the confidence from the answer, and then you study more. And to stay in front is always a good thing. And, well, normally, professor, if you ask something, they will reply. It is normal. So why not to ask? It is the most easy way to have a communication. So this is what the artificial intelligence is also telling. It means to remove superiority complex is good to ask questions. Two things instead. Ask questions and be grateful. Means thank you. Means recognize, because you're asking questions, somebody is replying, and then you say thank you because you are receiving the reply. So this is what artificial intelligence is telling for removing superiority complex. Ask questions. Don't think that you know everything, because that is the point. You don't ask questions, you say, I know. No, ask questions. And then, by listening, automatically you level your mind, because you are forced to get in a certain communication. And it is something that sometimes we practice, sometimes we don't practice. Suppose we have to cook something. We ask to the husband, so you want vegetables or you want salad? And the husband normally tell, why are you asking? You always prepare what you want. No, it's better to answer, no? I prefer vegetable. Or I prefer salad. Because the question was not to anything else than to please. No, you want to please somebody. So in this type of communications that are sometimes common, we have not to assume that the question is not useful. It's always useful. Even a person who asks you a glass of water and he tell you, okay, you want warm water or cold water? You answer, warm water or cold water without thinking. And sometimes it's why you ask. That is superiority complex. And it is always a learning process. Superiority complex, inferiority complex. Now, interesting intelligence, artificial intelligence, regarding sense of equanimity, is telling, because I question it. I mean, I'm making some kind of, because artificial intelligence is also somehow trying to help me. So I told him, but is it that somebody told that sense of equanimity means not to have any complex. And I knew that he was going to tell something. So what he answered, because this is what Baba told, he told it's not true. Sense of equanimity means not to have reactions. So I started to really try to. So that is how society also sees sense of equanimity in a different way from what Baba projected. Baba projected sense of equanimity as something that keeps the mind balanced, but in a way that we express ourselves. While society, for sense of equanimity, intend somebody who is not reaction, not reacting. So is not expressing. So that is the Buddhist interpretation, basically. And that is why it's advised to do meditation. But Baba, for sense of equanimity, recommend, and to remove superiority complex particularly, 4 things. Be humble like the grass. Be tolerant as the tree. Respect those who are not respected. And sing Kiirtan loud. It doesn't tell to do meditation. He's telling sing Kiirtan loud. Because Kiirtan balances the mind. Kiirtan created a Sufi vibration that helps to remove superiority and inferiority complex. Meditation don't have that. So that is also to have that, because somehow we have to give credit to Baba. And I believe that by checking with the artificial intelligence what they think, and so is another way to appreciate also Baba, how he is direct, how he really brings the points to certain things that artificial intelligence tells are exactly what Baba tells. For example, talks about common sense. He's telling what is the application of common sense for solving problems. The application of common sense for solving problems is to break them in smaller parts. That is exactly the advice of Baba. When you have a big problem, make it in smaller parts and then solve one after the other. So there is always scope to learn from anybody, and also from artificial intelligence. We have really to appreciate those who have done this type of engines and this type of tools that allows us now to have another way to expand our mind and to expand our vision. And technology has that quality. If we can utilize it, we can always learn something more. Thank you. Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar Nandita.
Namaskar.
Jak się masz?
Oj, trochę jestem chora, mam kaszel.
O ludzie.
Kaszel nic nie mogę zrobić.
Kantnak możesz pomóc, to pić ciepła woda.
Samą wodę?
Ciepła, tak, a może być tam dać jeszcze cytryna solą.
Co? Dobra.
Solą, cukrem nie, cukrem większe kasal.
Dobra. To ja zrobię teraz,
No.
bo ja już nie mogę.
No, zaraz będzie dobrze.